Filippo Ganna, the fastest at the finishing line by a cavernous amount, well over a minute. He dislodges his teammate Tobias Voss by 1 minute and 26 seconds over 32 kilometres, and that was borderline insane from Ganna.
Queen stage into the Italian Alps, a mighty 222 kilometres with a finish in Livigno over a total of 5 categorised climbs, 3 of which were Cat 1 climbs. A massive day in the King of the Mountains competition and a massive day ahead in the general classification. Bright sunshine on the shores of Lake Garda as the race got underway, and an aggressive start as riders went off in search of a potential breakaway victory. Szymon Geschke being piloted to the front of the race in search of King of the Mountains points. On the first climb then, his most immediate rival Lilian Kalmjan was out-sprinted to the first climb at Lodrino by Lawrence Pithy of Groupama FDJ. As the groups got back together again, they approached the second climb of the day. Luke Plapp at the front of the race, the Australian national champion, attacking with Szymon Geschke. A little group getting away, and Alpecin de Koenig with Szymon Geschke in the blue jersey trying to knit it all back together again, as Geschke, in the company of Christian Scaroni, went over the top of the Colle San Zeno. Scaroni getting maximum 18 points. They headed then down onto a descent with 6 riders off the front. And meanwhile, back in the peloton, UAE Team Emirates taking it up. The groups came back together again, and at one point there were over 40 riders at the front. Polti Cometa riding very aggressively. But still, these 6 riders, including Harrison Wood of Cofidis, and 2 riders from Astana, including Davide Ballerini, were off the front as they went through the first bonus sprint at Malonno. After that then, it was the mighty Passo del Mottolino, the first of the Cat 1 climbs, and bit by bit, the riders at the front of the race fell away. Meanwhile, pressure was being exerted behind by UAE Team Emirates. At the front of the race then, 3 Italian riders were joined by Nicola Conci as they headed towards the top of the climb, but it was Astana's Christian Scaroni who picked up 40 more King of the Mountains points and went off in pursuit of second place in that competition. Diving down then, the second long descent of the day, the groups came back together again on the flat approach to the next bonus sprint and the Intergiro. They were riding hard behind though, and the big breakaway group splintered and reformed. A steep approach to the bonus sprint. It was Visma Lease Bike's Attila Valter who went over the sprint in first place, and after that the Intergiro was taken by Polti Cometa's Davide Pigonzoli. Then they approached the last 2 categorised climbs, and that was where Nairo Quintana attacked and went clear. A reaction then, and the big expected move from the Maglia Rosa.
Here we go! He's off again, the history maker, off in pursuit of the legend this time of Eddie Merckx, who won on this mountain in 1972 in the Maglia Rosa, and that's the difference between Pogačar and everybody else in this bike race.
Quintana went over the penultimate climb in first place. The Movistar man, the winner of the Giro d'Italia in 2014, was being pursued though, as behind, Tadej Pogačar was picking off the riders bit by bit. Eventually, on the final climb to the finish in Livigno, Tadej Pogačar got on terms with Nairo Quintana and then dropped him with 2 kilometres to go.
This Giro d'Italia is so emphatically his that it's almost ridiculous. Tadej Pogačar, the destroyer of dreams, the writer of history, and the winner at will. Another extraordinary chapter in this amazing career unfolds before our very eyes. At altitude, in the snow of the Giro d'Italia, Pogačar is incomparable.
Takes another stage victory. Win number 4 for Pogačar at the 2024 Giro. Quintana in second place, Steinhauser in third, but this man's advantage on GC is now huge. 6 minutes and 41 seconds to Geraint Thomas in second place. Eventually, Jonathan Milan came to the line, still with a firm grip on the Maglia Ciclamino. Pogačar extended his lead in the King of the Mountains competition. But in the white jersey standings, Antonio Tiberi lost a lot of his time today to Thymen Arensman. He's only got a few seconds to defend as the third week of the Giro looms large.